Let's try this. Oh, there we go. God, what that's working now, right, guys?
Wait, it's going to be 2 minutes before they start saying they can hear us.
Delayed.
What did you do?
He had to jack in and jack out.
You know what's working now, right?
Yeah.
God, please.
Scott, come check this out.
Can you guys hear me? No? Nope.
Well, wait a minute. Scott just walked by. There it is.
There we go. Yeah, you guys you can hear me.
God, what
Okay, now you guys can hear me. All right. Now.
Oh my God.
Sorry, milsimjunkie.
Live.
Yeah, milsimjunkie is finally live. Sorry, guys. This is the first time I've actually used Wirecast. It's the free version. Wow, look at you guys just on the comments. Who just texted me?
I got so happy I disconnected.
Yeah, now, okay, Mickey Martin. Thank you very much. That's Mickey Martin Photography that just texted me right now. And shout outs to John Seychell, Chino, and Lewis. Those guys that usually play out in Antioch. They're watching right now too, and they've been texting me live. So yeah, cool. We're finally live, and sorry for the delay. An hour later, so we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep plugging away and talk about some of the topics I wanted to do. With me here are some of the guys you guys seen in the video. You got to my immediate left, Andre Benaventura, ACF. To my right, you have Fushizi, the sexy SRS gun. Then you have Steven Quinones. These guys. Hey. Okay. And you got Scotty P right here. With the CQB armor up shirt, and you guys already know me, R1S milsimjunkie. Thank you for joining me. Right now, there's about 50 people watching. There's about 50 people watching. So yeah, you guys are. You know what? It's probably gonna pick you up. So what's going on, guys? Yeah, this is just kind of an airsoft talk. Every once in a while, I know you guys do it. We're all hanging out. We're all hanging out to talk about airsoft. And by all means, this is not to compete with what Evite does, what Airsoft GI does, what who else has live streams? Airsoft Table Talk. The most interesting man in airsoft does, Josh. By all means, it doesn't. I literally was talking with Fu earlier today, and we were just talking, and we just talked about airsoft. And I was getting a flood of messages like I always do on my phone and on social media, and I just thought it would be a perfect opportunity to talk to you guys. And now this chat window is blowing up. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be good to have and good to kind of hang out and talk to you guys. Steve, they want you to do the jingle.
Say what now?
They want you to do the jingle. You got to go right here in the camera. They want you to do the jingle.
All right. Let me see. I've gone through puberty since then, so.
Okay.
Like a good neighbor, milsimjunkie is in.
There, he's done the jingle for you. But yeah, let's talk about airsoft. One of the things that kind of got into the conversation with Fu was, how we got into it. Just to give you a little bit of background on these guys, we've known each other primarily through airsoft, which is kind of amazing. But Fu, we've been friends for a very long time now, and I just farted too. Sorry. These comments are funny, guys. You guys are awesome. But back to the topic on hand. One of the questions I get all the time was, do you think it's wise to go play airsoft or go to a field or a store by yourself? And one of those things is like, one of those things I like to reply is to say, yeah, by all means, it's less scary with friends. Take a friend. It's always good to go, to do something new with a friend. But at the same time, you want to be able to experience something. So I say go out there. If it's you the only person that want to go out and play airsoft, go. And the reason being I say that's because you got Asian Colin Farrell and Scotty P here come into frame. These two guys, I actually used to work with these two guys back in the day, and by all means, they were chair softers. I hate to say it, but you guys were chair softers. We talked about airsoft, and what did we do? I took them out playing airsoft, and they've stuck around. Especially this guy. This guy keeps hanging around.
I started with a flea market gun.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to have the craziest airsoft gun. We all started somewhere, and not everybody's gonna have the most high end gun. I never had the most high end gun. You can ask this guy. I had like Walmart boots, a sweater from Walmart, old Sportline $120 gun that I bought from AX Sacramento, and it's one of those things where you just got to go out and take the chance and have fun. And along the way, I've met some crazy people, and you guys just got to be friends and hang out and make new relationships. Speaking of which, Steve, funny story about Steve, just to give you a little bit of background. Steve was actually one of you guys. He was an milsimjunkie fan.
I broke through! Broke through the wall, guys! Broke through the wall!
He was a milsimjunkie fan, and he happened to volunteer at an airsoft field as a ref, where I also was volunteering. And we got to know each other, and we started hanging around. And he's an asset as a player on the field. He can be a little hot-headed at times, I'll admit, but we've all grown. We've all gotten to that point where, in the last video, in today's video, you saw a lot of people saying, that there's not a lot of hit calling. The best thing to do is just keep shooting. At the same time, it's like, don't get mad about it. Just get up close and start shooting until they put their hand up. That's the biggest thing. Like, no hit calling. That's why the jingle exists. No hit calling. It's a part of the game. There's going to be cheaters out there, but a part of moving forward with the game is being mature enough to be like, okay, let's move past it. Let's show what good looks like, and you call your hits. Have I also get asked, do I do non-hit calling? I wear a lot of gear, and there's probably times where I've actually gotten hit, not noticed it. But you can ask this guy too. Sometimes we'll call ricochets. I know this guy does a lot. Like anything, if it bounces off the floor, he'll literally call it, and that's just what a good airsofter will do. And I encourage you guys, everybody, to do the same thing as well. With Fu, we actually met each other at Yuka's. Well, no, we met before that, right?
I think I met you at your old work.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But we actually played our airsoft event at Yuka's field.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Yeah, we've been in the game so long that we actually know who Yuka's is. We played at the opening night.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, the night game.
The night game.
Oh, yeah, that was that night we almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
You got to take Claritin before you play out in a field. But yeah, let's read some of the comments here before we answer some questions.
So far, I don't see many questions. Just see requests for random words and people calling me a fanboy, which, whatever, I'm cool with it.
No, it said in before fanboys. All some of the fanboys out there. Chairman Lau, what's up, man? What's going on, dude? If you guys don't watch his videos, he's got some solid reviews as well, too. For a long time ago, when I was part of the Skirmish Report, he was kind of moving forward with it as well, too, before other stuff happened. But shout-outs to Chairman Lau. I know he's, if I'm correct, up north? Washington or Oregon, if I remember correctly? Yeah. Talk about GamePod's Rebel Training Camp. I was the only person that actually went. I was the only person that actually went, so I guess I'll talk about it. It was awesome. Airsoft GI puts on a solid event, and Bob is a great person for the sport. Recently he actually spoke at City Hall in LA on behalf of SB 199. I'm sorry, and one of those things where he's a great personality to have, and Rebel Training Camp was a great place for a lot of the younger crowd to actually get introduced to these large ops. And Antioch put on a great well run with over 300-400 people at the city. I apologize, at GamePod Combat Zone. And Craig, very hospitable. He actually paid for lunch for everybody that was there. It was a bit delayed, with that many people. It was kind of hard to serve that many people. But regardless, thank you, Craig, at GamePod. Thank you for doing that. But as far as, if you have never been to an Airsoft GI event, and that was my first event, I would suggest going. And because they're very well run, it got the kids engaged, and the training camp portion with the actual training was awesome. It was basic stuff for experienced players. Absolutely, I would admit that. However, being taught by these law enforcement and military personnel who asked not to be filmed was pretty cool. And these kids actually took the time to learn and incorporate those skills that they just learned into the gameplay. And it shows. I mean, these kids were, pieing around corners, pieing around windows, and they were listening. They were, using a lot of the tactics that they learned. So kudos to Airsoft GI, kudos to Bob for running a well-run game and got me engaged, used me as an asset. I just happened to show up, and Greg Wong was there, and it was a really fun time to just hang out. And yeah, what else? What are their comments? The comments are delayed too, huh?
Oh, you gotta scroll down because there's a link to click to get to the newest comments.
Whoa,
what did you do?
There you go.
Oh.
Hmm.
It was live 2 seconds ago. You don't need anything to play. Yeah, no, you need eye protection, bro.
Well, he said just eye protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Asians are the best airsofters.
No, everybody's could be a good airsofter.
There,
whoa,
wall of text. Who made a Taco Bell?
Wow. Oh, so, sorry. I guess we'll just talk about a question I get a lot.
I think that's you, Scott.
Okay, let's talk about the airsoft gun that I have. Apparently, you guys think it's some miracle gun, and I'll be honest with you, it's not. You guys think it's some crazy gun. Can you grab that real quick, my gun? Please, bro.
Grab this gun.
Wait, can we just point out this comment where
By who?
it's Quality Airsoft that says he wants to know how much money did you have to spend on buying new clothes in smaller sizes because you look hot, bro.
Quality Airsoft. Thank you very much. I guess we'll just talk about the weight loss. It's one of those things that it happened because a light switch went off in my head. I mean, these guys known me. To be honest with you, I was pushing 300 pounds, and not to say I wasn't active. I just didn't think I was active enough, and I felt that I was very lethargic, very just tired all the time, wasn't motivated, even though I was doing these videos. And one day, after talking with these guys, and it's great to have very supportive friends like these guys and many more that are not here. And they're not here, and it's just one of those things where no, stop. One of those things where a light switch went off in my head. See, denying food, and
it's a test.
It just needed to happen, and I took some time to really focus on myself and get healthier. And have I spent a lot of money on getting clothes that are not as loose and not as big? Absolutely. But that's with anything, when you make a large change like that, it's gonna, you're gonna have to readjust your life, a lot of things. But I do feel a lot healthier. I do feel a lot better about myself, and I hope you guys see it in the videos. I'm more enthusiastic about the sport, more enthusiastic about hanging out with you guys and playing the sport with these guys as well too. But moving on, here's the AG. There's no battery in here, guys. It's safe. There's no magazine. It's not a real firearm. So this is it. This is started off as an Elite Force M4. Technically, I think it was a CQB. I can't remember, but it still has the lower, the M4 M4 Elite Force lower. If you guys look at this right here, this is actually the same receiver that I used at Broken Home. This is the American Milsim chrono tag that we all had to chrono with, I should say. The gearbox is the same. The guys at NLT are constantly the ones that are touching this one and working on it. But for the longest time, even at Broken Home, it was a stock gearbox, stock motor, stock barrel. It just had a bunch of these accessories. Obviously, it's changed since Broken Home. I have a Mad Bull Noveski NSR rail, 13.5-inch rail. Just a kind of pieced together outer barrel. It ends right at the end of the rail here. Accessories wise, I got Scout Light on an offset mount. Just a generic PEC box, just a blank box. There's nothing in here at all. Just a spare one I had. This is a new addition. If you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, this is the replica Trigicon SRS. Rock solid. I bought it secondhand. I do not know where the individual got it, but this one is used. And then now, as of recently, actually, the most recent gameplay I just put up from Bob's Rebel Training Camp, I put in a new Pro Win hop-up in there and new gears and motor. And those are the 3 things I really got done. Again, the guys from NLT worked on it. I have to say, you know, with the Pro Win hop-up, it's very picky on the mags. Very picky on the mags. If you watch the video, you'll see I actually have some feeding issues. It's not feeding fast enough. It could be because the mags are getting a little bit older and because the Pro Win hop-up is a full metal hop-up. So just make sure that you keep that in mind if you want to look into that Pro Win hop-up. Apart from that, very similarly built is Foo's gun. Do you want to show yours real quick? We kind of, you know, based off the very similar style. There you go. Yeah. Boom. So very similar. He also got the 13.5-inch rail. Unknown upper and lower, kind of a generic upper and lower. You don't really know.
It's like a Franken gun.
But you got a DSG gearbox in there.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything to the motor?
I think it's a Lonex high torque motor.
Okay. And you also got a Scout Light as well too.
Yeah, Scout Light.
Yeah, but these are not necessarily, you know, built for a specific mission. Although we would do that, as you guys see in my videos, I have multiple guns for different variations. ACF, weren't you working on your gun just 2 seconds ago?
Yeah.
You want to show it off real quick?
Oh, it's not done yet.
Okay.
I just video started and I stopped. So.
Sights?
Yeah.
I got MP7 sights on there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's see.
Make sure it's not lagging. I haven't seen any new comments.
Let's see.
Yeah, comments are on a little lag right now. Looks like. There
we go.
Oh, you just gotta click it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Really should come to the East Coast, Maine. Wow, Northeast. Chairman Lau.
Oh, have you ever sniped before?
Have I ever sniped before? Blitz Monster 1. Let's address that real quick. Blitz Monster 1. Yes. If you guys seen the photos, I actually have a few sniper platforms. I have a Tokimori VSR 10, which I'm in the process of upgrading and getting upgraded. Actually, it's more maintenance, if anything. Just making sure that there's a tight board, it's getting dialed in, and everything is going to be getting anything dialed in. Actually, at West Coast Adventure Park, I took it out and fielded it a couple times, and me and this guy, he was running Foo's TM M14,
That's
right?
Yeah.
And him and I were just picking off people. Granted, my platform wasn't dialed in correctly at 100%, but it was still fun to have, and you know, sniping, I should say, or being the DMR guy was very fun. You know, it is kind of you know, lonesome because it was just him and I hanging out all the way in the back and off from the field shooting at some Op 4, but we had fun. So look forward to that on the new upcoming. I'm actually still editing it, West Coast Adventure Park video. Someone asked, who is Carl and will he be in any of the videos? There was, if you guys, if you're watching this, you're actually missing out on Walking Dead, right? Isn't there a Walking Dead episode?
9 o'clock.
So thank you for joining us instead of watching Walking Dead. But if you watch Walking Dead, there's a
no
character.
spoilers.
There's
you've seen it on East Coast. East Coast viewers, no spoilers.
If you guys are watching, if you guys watch that, there's a character called Carl, wears a, kid wears a boonie hat, and yeah, there was a kid at West Coast Adventure Park that looked exactly like him, and we took an opportunity to call him Carl. So the whole time,
The whole day.
we just kept calling him Carl, and he was a good sport about it. He responded to it, and he was a great asset to the team. He was kicking butt.
He was moving.
Yeah, he was moving. He was a
Me and
good
him were
kid.
like Rick and Carl.
You were like, okay, tell us a story about that. Tell us a story
All right.
about that, because we were following you for a little bit.
So-
Get right here.
All right, we'll scoot over a little bit.
Switch.
Awkward.
All right, so we're playing at West Coast Adventure Park this last weekend, and we were out there, and we didn't know the kid's name. I think his name was Hunter, right?
Yeah, I think it was Hunter.
Yeah.
it was Hunter.
And so at one point, he turns to me and he goes, "Hey, Dragonov," because I was running my SEMA Dragonov. And he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh, it's Steve, but you can call me Rick or Dad." And then and so the rest of the day,
I heard that. I heard that too, because I was literally probably 50 feet away from you when you said that, and I was engaging somebody, and I was like, "Oh crap! You just told him to call you Dad." Like, that was hilarious, dude. If you guys are out in the Sacramento area and looking for a new field, check out West Coast Adventure Park. Really solid field. Someone said, "Is there a Saiga 12 in the works?" I don't know. I've seen a in the works AA 12, but I heard something went down with the ATF. So whoa, something went down to the ATF. So yeah, and that was that. So I don't know about Saiga 12, but there was in the works an AA 12, but that dissolved. Demolished. Am I going to Hill 559? I poop kills. Great name, by the way. I will not be. I actually have other prior engagements. I think one of these guys might go. I know some of the AEX guys were trying to go down, or some of the NLT guys were trying to go. But I will not. I will make it a point to go out to Hill 559. For those of you guys that don't know, and you guys are from the East Coast or from California, just hearing about it now because of Airsoft Obsessed, Hill 559 has been a field that's been in operation for a very long time. Like Rob said, I remember when I first started, I wanted to play there, and there was only a handful of other NorCalers that played 559. But the AO is huge, from what I've been told, and Rob's a really cool dude. He's actually come out to NorCal and hung out with us too. So shout outs to him and shout outs to Dave. But I will not be making the March 1st game. I will try to make other ops at 559. Rest assured, I will be traveling a lot more in the California area to play Airsoft. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Vacaville. People wanted me to go to Yucca's again, West Coast Adventure Park, 559, and then more in the Bay Area as well too. So those are on the table for this year. I know these guys want to go. I know Fu wants to play outside. Steve does too. Scott and Andre want to play too. And other big ops are around the door. I don't want to say anything yet, but I know there are a handful of other American Milsim games that I want to go to. I missed out on Faded Giant last year, so I want to make a point to maybe go to that one. And I don't know, a lot of people are telling me about Broken Home 3, so I really like those AOs. Lens protectors.
Yeah, Mr.
Lens protectors?
HD videos.
Thoughts on lens protectors? Let's see, you don't have any, and do you normally run them? Mr. ADHD videos. I don't. I take a risk, and it's always been like that since the beginning of the channel. If you guys remember the very, very first milsimjunkie videos I had, do you remember when I had that Help milsimjunkie camera fund? Like, I think it was V2 Corps was the only person that actually donated. It was $20 via PayPal, and that. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate it.
I think it's because we donated to get the R1 at Xbox.
Yeah.
I didn't have an Xbox at the time, but a long time ago, I made it a point to take risks, and in life, that's a great advice I can give to you. Take reasonable risks, I should say. But one of those things where I don't run lens protectors, and I do run the chance of getting the camera getting shot out. And as you see on the contours, I've gotten a lot of contours, and a bunch of cameras get shot at. Why don't I take the time to protect them? Partly because sometimes in some indoor environments, a lens protector will cause reflection. And to me, editing or trying to get the glare out really bothers me. So I normally don't run them at all, and it just made it a practice to not run one at all. And so far, it's cost me a lot of money, but I think you guys enjoy the video a lot more when I take those risks, because I will get close to an individual when they shoot, and that's kind of the particular style milsimjunkies videos are. And that's what I like doing. It's just one of those things where I started doing it just out of really the necessity of just watching people and my friends play the game. Let's pick a random question here.
I think you missed a lot.
Pick one real quick, Steve or Pooh or Scotty P.
When I actually get to a question and not just put the comments. Oh, you already
I already answered that. Russian Freak, I think I already answered that question. Are you planning on going in any future Milsim events, such as Operation Broken Home? I did say that I would want to go to other AMS events, big Milsim events. Actually, I want to go to Ballahack. Chris runs an awesome field from what I hear, and I really do want to make it out to Virginia and hang out with Chris. I actually got a chance to hang out with him at Georgia at SS Airsoft's 3-year anniversary, and that guy really quality field owner. And if you guys have ever a chance to go out to the games, his games, definitely check them out. Ballahack, Airsoft, which one?
One of the ones that I saw that was down there a little bit further. Someone asked what the best attachment was for a beginner. So, go ahead and answer.
No. What do you think?
I would say maybe, I don't know, like if you're having trouble either tracking your BB or until you really get your rifle sighted in and you're a beginner, what helped me a lot, I used a tracer. Do you actually have your tracer? I used the TM new style BB tracer. Much glow on the BBs.
Much glow.
Very much glow. So Airsoft. Actually, this is it right here. It has LED lights on it. You have to buy the tracer BBs with the glow-in-the-dark ones that it illuminates it. It just helps you sight in where your BBs are going. It helps you dial in your hop up, all that. Either that or maybe get an optic, so that way, because some people have a hard time. I know, like if they have like a lower face shield, or if they run like a paintball mask, it's hard for them to like get a good cheek weld and really aim down their iron sights. So an optic, maybe like with a rise mount or something like that might help you out.
That's Steve's recommendation. For me, I think a good call out on seeing the BBs with the tracers. Those are for beginners though. That it's a little bit costly, because not only you have batteries to worry about in that thing, and then you got to buy those tracer BBs. They're rather expensive sometimes. For me, probably the biggest investment as a beginner, if you should choose to buy one, is an optic. These guys will tell you though that for the longest time I never ran an optic. I never did. And I'm one of those traditional shooters. Even on my real steel guns, I will shoot iron sights only. Just partly because it's a creature of habit. It's what I was taught with, and it's one of my defaults. So I know how to shoot a gun with an optic and without. And with my airsoft guns, I've kind of had to transition into that, to where I got to get used to you running an optic. But if you can afford one, there's sub $50 cheapo ones you can get, and there's going to be way more expensive ones close to the real steel ones, like the True Glow ones that you can run, which are pretty good. I would say get that, but biggest thing is just learn to run your gun. That's the biggest thing. Learn to run your gun. You don't need a lot of fancy stuff, and you can watch a lot of the old school day off videos. A lot of those guns were stock, nothing in them, and even the gun I just showed you, that was stock for like the longest time. There was nothing kitted out, and that's why Elite Force and some other brands make some top quality beginner rifles, sub $150 rifles, and I can run those things pretty good. And these guys know, because I've let them rock it on the field. You don't need much. Just got to learn to run your gun. And if you wanted to invest into something as a beginner, besides a good battery and all the basic essentials, is learn to get a good optic. how's my contour been doing? It's good. I've got 4 contours, and I got a bunch of replacement lenses from Contour before the whole hoopla when they kind of dissolved for a little bit and then they came back. So I do have a lot of replacement lenses for those. Let's see.
New comments.
New comments, guys. Oh,
they're loading. Oh my gosh.
whoa.
Holy crap.
Spartan Leah. Spartan Leah, what's going on? Airsoft Gladiators. It's a concept her and I came up with in a conversation where it's if for those of you guys that are of age and can remember back to American Gladiators, where there's basically there's basically characters and
Blazer.
that was a concept where we
all kinds of lasers.
and they had a bunch of different nicknames where these gladiators we pitted against these athletes, regular Joes to what was it, climb like a pyramid, but
they had the jousting. They had my favorite one was they had a tennis ball, like the cannon.
Yeah, the cannon. Oh, see,
And
so
yeah,
so Spartan Lee and I basically said, hey, we should do something similar and get it on video and just have fun with it. And Spartan Leah, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, she's in the comments right now. But go watch the video. I just uploaded a interview with her. She works for Spartan Imports. She's also at the end of the most recent day off video from Bob's Riddle Training Camp. So shout outs to her. She's actually very, very new. She's only been playing for 6 months. So you guys, say hi to her, let her know what's up, and see her at a field near you because she's just learning and she really wants to get into the sport, and she's really enjoying it a lot. So, Oh, thank you for telling me Carl dies. Appreciate it. Now a spoiler alert for all of you guys.
Now they're saying they all died. I think they're just making stuff up now.
Did you read the comments?
I read the comics. They don't all die, but most of them do.
How fast is your AEG? I believe right below
35 miles per hour.
Ronnie G asks, how fast is your AEG? Mine is over 50 RPS. Wow. Either you're running a car battery?
Is it a ghost gun? It's a ghost gun. It's a ghost gun. Got a ghost gun.
No, you're probably running some really high-end motor in there, battery. That's awesome, really, number one. 50 RPS. I'm not a rate of fire guy. With the new motor that's in my current AEG, I think I'm right at 30 RPS. But as you know, I play a lot of semi-only, even in the Bob's Riddle Training Camp video, where GamePod is actually a full auto field. I'm still using semi, trying to conserve mags and full milsim game. Fu and Andre will tell you, you go through mags like crazy, so you really got to conserve on a full milsim game. So, rate of fire is not the biggest thing for me, but going against 50 RPS, I'd be very, very scared. Which reminds me when we played at Tac City.
Oh
yeah. That was
along lines of CTOS.
Oh no, that was scary going against high RPS guns. You guys with high RPS or rate of fire guns, scary, especially in CQB environments. You guys I will sit down where I'm at and just camp. I will admit that because it's a very hearing BBs travel at a barrier that fast, you don't want to move.
It's like Jesse Ventura in Predator.
What?
It's Amiga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine is 230 FPS. I think I need as well. You don't need a high. Was it a TM?
Probably.
Yeah.
You're not a really old one.
Yeah.
I'm rocking 30.
Yeah, you can rock 230. Yeah. Arwen, if you ever travel to the East Coast, head to Hudson Valley Airsoft CQB. You'll have fun. I'll definitely try to check it out, brother. Are you guys ever worried about your teeth getting shot out? Houdini762. Number one, love the name.
I am extremely scared about that.
Yeah.
I always wear a mesh mask. We always wear a mesh mask, especially when we're playing indoors. But when we play outdoors, this guy doesn't wear a mesh mask. For the longest time, even indoors, this guy didn't. Yeah. I remember playing in a zombie game. He was running at me, and he had one of his guns over his mouth, so I wouldn't shoot his teeth out. Yeah. But yeah, outdoors, these guys. Do you wear a mesh mask outdoors?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen it.
Us three here.
Outdoors. I'll wear one.
Even outdoors, we like to wear them. These guys are the risk takers here because
A little dangerous.
Yeah,
Especially
they're
just don't get too close.
Yeah, he's about a mile away.
You'll admit that. Like, Fu is one of those guys who will hang back.
He's a perimeter player.
He's not a rusher.
Shooting from me on the outside.
He's not a rusher.
Yeah.
He's not a rusher.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I am worried about getting my teeth shot out, and I'll tell you why. Because for the longest time, I never wore a mesh mask. Actually, we've been playing this game so long, they didn't have mesh masks. They didn't even have the Hokatsu ones. Remember the solid one that, like Donnie used to wear?
But then he said he looked fat.
That's in the video, you guys. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about. And for like the longest time, people, you would cover your face with shemagh.
I used to use mouth guards.
Yeah, I used to use the mouth guards and respirators. Remember the respirators?
The 3M ones.
Yeah.
The first few videos of yours that I was in, I was wearing a mouthpiece. I had to take it out, and slobber was getting everywhere. I'm like, I gotta figure something else out. I'm slobbering all over.
And I'm glad those things exist now, Hukatsu and the mesh masks and stuff like that. I'm glad that they exist because that's something that the market needed, and that's why I run a lower mesh mask. But the one time I didn't wear one a while back, and the reason why I actually only wear a mesh mask now is because I remember playing at CQB City, and it was before they had the zero engagement rule instituted, where it was 10 feet only. I got shot close to right here on the upper lip, and it didn't ding, but it hurt my teeth, and it got me really scared, and that's when I started using the respirator masks, and I'm glad the market came out with the mesh mask. So yeah, absolutely, I would say use it. I use it indoor or outdoors, just because you could never know, especially outdoor fields. Some of Hill 559, for example, has because super long engagement distances. Have a higher FPS, so for DMR guys, so you can never be you can never be too vigilant about that. So.
And plus, the money you save on not having to fix your teeth, you can just put in.
And we've all seen that as airsofters. When I think all of you guys have probably seen that, where a guy's gotten his teeth knocked out, or has gotten a shot in the face. It's it's not pleasant. It doesn't heal up fast enough for me, at least, and it's just one of those things where you got to protect and use the proper headgear.
And no one wants to sound like the old man from Family Guy whistling when they talk.
Do it.
I can't do it. I don't have it. Who's got the impression going on?
Plastic. Tom Val asked, plastic gearboxes? ? No, I would never. Not condone one, but if it's your first, airsoft gun that has a plastic gearbox, like LPEGs, you have plastic gearboxes, right? If it's your first one, rock it. Learn to run it. But if you have a chance to save up, if you have a chance to save up money and get a quality, gun with a metal gearbox, do it. I say that's the biggest thing. Let's see. We got the GG 26. Oh, okay.
That's a G36.
Noel Big Dimez asks, what is the best sidearm to use, and answer, need some advice.
Knife hands.
Best sidearm. I get asked this a lot.
The left one.
And I think you guys have seen a number of different guns on the channel. Anything from the TM57. You guys seem to love that. What was my first gun? It was a TM Beretta. That was my first airsoft gun.
Oh,
yeah. You remember that?
Yeah,
the plastic one?
Yeah.
Well, they're all plastic. It was a TM Beretta. And now I'm using the Elite Force 1911 TAC. I've got a Weed Glock.
And a PPQ, right?
Yeah, and that's the new sidearm.
I think that's the next one I'm going to get.
And the biggest thing that I can tell you about what the best sidearm is that they're all going to be different, whether you use gas CO2 or even if it's electric. Learn to run the gun. So far, my favorite to have shot is going to be the TM57. And I also had that. Remember the one I bought at e-bike when we were down there? The high cap.
Yeah,
that was good. That was fun too.
Do you still have your 5.7? Is it still working?
It needs to be repaired. To add that. Remember the return spring?
I had to bury mine.
But right now, I'm really enjoying the Elite Force 1911. It's my really first experience with CO2 guns, and actually, as long as you do proper maintenance, like lubing it up, You're good. Please don't laugh. You guys are now gonna want.
No, make sure you lube it up.
Oh God! Thank you. So I don't know. What can you guys say about best pistol?
Yeah, I think the key is in maintenance. One you can maintain.
Don't let it look like his, because if you do you have yours?
No, I
It
don't.
literally has dirt. If I put seeds in there, it would grow something.
I have
It's
dirt from
disgusting.
You're gonna shoot out chia pets.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or chia seeds or whatever.
There's so many guns to choose from out there. It
He likes
really
knives.
is. Yeah, I rock knives.
That's why
It's really about what works for you, what suits you, your taste, your hands.
Whoa, we're steering off into a different conversation now. Taste and hands. I don't know what your hands taste like. I don't go around tasting hands.
Move on. See, this is what happens when guys talk airsoft. We go off in tangents, and that's why I kind of wanted to do this. It's just one of those. It's one of those things where we all have fun, and we all. I'm pretty sure you guys did this when you got at your airsoft field. But your favorite pistol that I've run so far, just out of curiosity.
I only have one pistol.
So,
Is it your favorite though?
My favorite is the one I have.
the only one I have.
Hey, once this dude gets married though, that's good, bro. That's good. You are faithful and loyal to your gun. This is my gun.
I run the
This
KJW
is my
1911
pistol.
double stack.
okay. Ooh.
The double stuff, huh?
You?
Well, I currently don't run a pistol right now. I don't have one.
You
I
buried it in the
haven't
ground.
had too many good experiences with my pistols because they always end up seeming to break down on me.
Maybe
And
it's
I'm not
yours.
very technically inclined. And maybe it's because I don't lube it up that often. But yeah, my favorite was my 5.7, but I had some issues with it. I had some spring issues and some
gun issues.
some nozzle issues, and then I never seemed to recover from that. But I think my next gun is going to be the PPQ.
Yeah, I recently picked one up.
I heard that gun is bomb.com.
Fushizi.
I've gone through a couple, but I would have to say my favorite has been my.
Get to the point already. No, I'm just kidding.
It's so hard to decide. My TM High Kappa,
Okay.
even though it needs some love right now, which is why I'm running a Glock. But no, anything TM is good. Really good quality.
You have the Night Warrior, the Desert Warrior.
See, the thing
all
is-
sorts of different slides on it that made it not work as good as a stock one.
I think the major attraction to TM pistols is because of the if you maintain it, they just last.
Super reliable.
Yeah, they last really long. And the Elite Force 1911 isn't no different. Like I've been maintaining it, and it's, as you guys can see, it's the same pistol I've run since Broken Helm. Like literally almost every day. Or every weekend, I should say. I've been using it. So it's all about maintenance. A gun that you can maintain. TMs are great too. TM is one of those brands you do pay a premium out of it, and you just gotta be able to maintain it. Just like when any high-end gun or any considerable amount of money you put into anything, you gotta maintain it.
The TM I had, that was even before we started playing.
Really?
It's like I think it's 7 years old almost,
Huh.
and I bought it secondhand from Andrew Nelson.
AX Sacramento. He actually, funny story about Andrew. Him and Mike Horn sold me my first airsoft gun. Wow.
They overcharged for it too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure
They tried to sell me on a TM. They tried to sell me on a system. I was like, dude, I literally just started playing today. Like,
Yeah, $1,000. Commit.
But those guys, I still know them today. We've actually got really close to them. If you guys don't know who Andrew N is, he is actually the sole proprietor of Head On Tactical, headontactical.com. Makes American-made nylon. So he makes, I know right now he has a a Chris chest rig that he's been developing. And he's in the process of making a bunch of other stuff too. I have a chest rig of his that is really, really high quality. Really, I think it's either 500D or 1000D Cordura nylon. Stitching is triple stitching, really nice coyote tan. But check that out. He actually sold me him and another individual who you will see in the next milsimjunkie video, because he actually came out to play at West Coast Adventure Park, sold me my first airsoft gun. My first airsoft gun was Classic Army Sportline. Yeah, you guys remember that? Remember back then, plastic bodies were not the thing people wanted, right? People wanted metal. Yeah, they wanted the hurricane kits. See, back then you needed it, but
because just in case you fell on the gun.
Yeah, plastic wasn't as great as it is now. You know, like the nylon fiber bodies are really high quality now.
The metal bodies weren't as great as they are.
They were like pot metal. Yeah, everything. Like if you had a metal gun, even if it was an AK, and it was like stamped metal, like people really loved it. Let's pick one at random. It's a good gun. I already answered that one. Yeah. Come on. I like how they're
Here they are.
support small. Do you support small airsoft teams? Absolutely. I think you don't even need. You know, I get asked that too a lot, and I want to answer that. Like I get asked a lot. You know, what do you need to do to start an airsoft team? We don't call ourselves a team, and there's actually a few.
Don't play like one.
You know, it's one. We don't call ourselves a team, and when we you know, people ask us what's your team name, blah blah blah, and you know, you guys have called these guys the CQBJs just out of default, but you know,
which I'm still 50-50.
All you really need is a bunch of friends, and you just need to go out and have fun. And you just got to have that level of understanding. There's a handful of other guys missing from this, and I wish they were here right now. But you know, everybody's got their own obligations in life, and you know, sometimes they just can't make it. And you know, especially impromptu as this is. But it's one of those things, you've been playing with each other at fields and airsoft for a very long time, and you just learn each other's playing style, and we get to enjoy the sport as friends, and we happen to roll together and happen to wear the same camo and or outfit.
And underwear.
Not underwear, guys. Not underwear. We just happen to, you know, get together and play. And my biggest advice to you is do the same thing. Whether you guys want to, you know, call yourself a team and build into something huge, do it. You know, biggest example I can give is a local team here that's fairly huge. They even have a junior section. Would be CTAS. They have I remember when they first started, it was a bunch of these older. They used to be paintball players, guys, and you know, they started bringing their family into it. Their friends, friends, and then now they have like a sub, family junior membership, and you know, their following is huge. And you know, there's other teams like M4H. There's some other teams too that just literally just enjoy the sport. You really don't need much, you know. It doesn't take much to call yourself a team. It's just get friends together, make sure you guys play and train together, and that's it. That's really, you know, that's the biggest thing. I big advocate of small airsoft teams because it's a bunch of friends having fun. What else can't you can ask for? So what else can we say? It's like these are super delayed. They're like 15. Fluffy Kumar, love you too, buddy.
Kumar, my friend. I love you, dude.
Best motor.
I have a question.
Okay. Pose it.
When are we gonna get McLovin back in your videos?
McLovin. Okay, for those of you who are relatively new, and I realize those of you guys that are new to the vids, you guys might not know who McLovin is. McLovin is his cousin.
He's a cousin of mine.
It's actually on one of the zombie videos. If you guys watch the zombie videos, and we'll segue into another portion of this, we'll segue into their zombie stuff. But it's his cousin who played Airsoft, and happened to look that day like
a lot like McLovin. And
so.
Since then, you guys, I think you guys, because we didn't come up with that, right? It was like the first time he was in your video. People were like, "Oh my gosh, he looks like McLovin." next time
You guys have made him famous.
Next time he came out to play, it just stuck. And then I remember in the zombie video when he was coming at us, we would say, "Run, McLovin's a zombie." That's good stuff.
It brings me to another thing about McLovin, or not McLovin, about zombie games. You guys have asked when.
Ooh, that was me. Thank you.
Hi. That was a glass.
That'll come out of MSJ.
milsimjunkie literally just dropped the glass from behind the camera.
Push your laptop back too far.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Here, entertain these folks while I clean that up.
Oh, you got it.
Get you one.
They got it.
You got it? Here.
I like playing with glass.
So a couple people, I guess, have been saying that they can't comment.
And I just stabbed myself.
Is that something on your side, or is that something they're just running some
Are they commenting from the
hack top computers?
Probably.
Let's see. Someone says Mickey D's.
Because I can't comment from my phone either.
It's probably big on the platform.
Mega Fluffy 808 says, "What does the D and the 1000D and 500D represent, and what is the difference?"
I actually do not
That's
know.
a fantastic. It's denier. Denier Cordura.
Yeah, denier Cordura. You're right.
Now I don't know what denier is, but it sounds
It's a type of
highfalutin. And it sounds like something that's reliable.
Sounds dirty.
Sold. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big milsimjunkie fail right there. I dropped the glass, and now I owe
Breaking stuff.
Fushizi.
Now Mrs. Fushizi is going to be pissed off at you.
That was her favorite glass too.
Mrs. Fushizi, I apologize if you're watching this, because I know sometimes you do like watching these videos. I apologize. I will get you another glass. What is?
Hello. We're trying to do a webcast right here. What's going on?
He knows.
See, all that dog.
Gross.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Have we gotten to the part of the video where R1 breaks the glass yet?
Who is that?
Oh, okay.
That's Say Chow.
I think it's probably like a 30 to 45 second delay or something.
Hi, John. Hi, Louis.
Shout out to John Saychow. He's on the phone right now. He's just calling because he couldn't comment on the video. But now that you can comment, bro, feel free to spam the wall.
Now you can comment. Goodbye.
So.
Okay. All right, I gotta let you go. Bye.
So let's get glasses all behind that.
Yeah, let's get these in there.
Are you going to the 4-year SS? I'm assuming SS Airsoft event. I'm gonna say. That you guys got to wait and see. A couple announcements will be made in the next couple of weeks. If you guys are not following SS Airsoft on YouTube, I think you should. If you're thinking about going to SS Airsoft in Georgia, it wouldn't hurt you to show up. But that's all I'm going to say right now. But, unofficially, just watch their feeds and watch my feed. I think I had a blast last year, and those guys were really awesome and very hospitable. So I definitely would say you guys should definitely come by. KCO2, KJW KCO2, isn't that the wasn't that 22?
Oh, I forgot about that. Right?
Yeah, KJ.
That was a sweet gun. I missed seeing one of those.
Oh yeah, that was the 1022 Airsoft.
Yeah, like one of those kids brought it up in your video, right? I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh, there I am.
The Nef, what does it say? Abe? The Nefabe? The Nefabe. How do you record milsa events for long amounts of time without running out of battery, space, or on your contour? I'm going to use Broken Home as an example. I had portable batteries. With the contour, they can be charged, or at least with the contour plus 2. They can be charged on the go. So we literally, once they're plugged into a power source, they can continue running. So I had a backup battery and I had multiple batteries. As far as memory cards, I ran multiple memory cards. So when I maxed out at 32, I popped in another memory card. That's what I had in my pack. So yeah, that's to answer your question. Let's see. Airsoft Brazil, what's going on, guys? I know you guys messaged me. Which one?
This one here.
Token. This one?
The one above it.
Airsoft Jump 1 is a pretty good question.
What are your thoughts on cheaters? Tell a ref or confront them? Like I said earlier in this web, session, Steven, myself, and actually Andre, Scott too, we used to volunteer. We were refs, and that's why we're so used to getting shot at least me as a cameraman, used to getting shot at, because as a volunteer ref, we got shot at all the time. And we dealt with a lot of people saying no hit calling and a lot of shouting matches. That's basically what it was, shouting matches. The biggest thing, this is a sport of honor, sport of integrity. So you as the person shooting, and you think someone's not calling your hits, even if it's blatant. My biggest thing is if they're not going to raise their hand, keep shooting. It may be not your hop up not tuned in, or you're not simply hitting them. And then when they finally put their hand up, it's all good. But if they start saying no, I didn't get hit, or blah blah blah, and you guys get into a confrontation, walk away. That's the biggest thing. Walk away, parlay. Get away from that situation. Dissolve it. At that point in time, it doesn't matter who's hit or who wasn't hit or who got hit first. Walk away. At that point in time, now you're not an asset to the field or the game. You're now just causing conflict. So definitely, my biggest thing is walk away. And do you confront an individual? Definitely, I say not. I didn't at the most recent game. As you saw, there were some people that didn't call their hits. I simply just went on, engage another target. If that person happened to get around the corner and engage, it's all about keeping a cool head. And you definitely got to do that in the sport. And for the most part, I'll be honest with you, kids, you guys, the younger viewers, are awesome at that. You're like, hey, you're just going to keep going gung-ho. I think it's a lot of the experienced players nowadays that really get heated. And it's a sport, like with basketball, hockey, a lot of aggression gets put on the field. And, for the most part, you guys got to learn to keep a level head and just move on. And if the situation gets too heavy, just walk away. You as an older airsofter or an experienced airsofter should know that you got to set the example for the younger guys. If the younger guys see, you getting in the face of another person, that's not good for the sport. That's just adding more to issues. But that's my 2 cents, and that's what milsimjunkie says. What these guys say,
I think that brings up that's a very good point, because you're not doing anyone any good by getting in that person's face, and all that does is just kind of put a bad face on our sport and what we like to do. And that's one of the reasons why I got out of playing paintball, is because it seems a lot of the people that were playing paintball, no disrespect to people who still play, but I like the community of airsoft a lot better. It seems like people are more compassionate. People care about more, the people that are actually playing the sport. And if someone's not calling your hits, their hits, and you just get in their face, it's just it just escalates the situation, and it doesn't really do any good. If you go talk to a ref, and you get extra eyes on that person, then if they see them cheating and they see them blatantly not calling their hits, then that's going to fix the problem. But you yelling and getting in their face and starting something like that, that's not gonna fix the problem. And that's something that I've learned over time, because I would I do my best to try to call my hits. Have there been times where I've probably been hit that I didn't feel it or didn't notice it, and someone had to tell me? Yeah. So I've always thought of it from the standpoint of I call my hits, or try to call my hits as much as I can. Why wouldn't someone else do it? And so I took that a little too personally, and it's something that I just grew out of pretty quick. So that's my thoughts. What about you, Dre?
I'd rather not get into confrontations, because it just ruins your day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It really ruins the fun for everybody.
It kills it.
When people start confronting each other and shouting.
Yeah.
Honestly, if somebody's cheating, I just let it go and I move on.
Yeah,
that's it.
You got to learn to keep it. It's hard, especially in this sport, as competitive as it's getting. You got to learn to keep a level head and just have fun with it. Remember, you're out there shooting each other with BBs and engaging in these activities where you're basically with different objectives. Especially if you have an objective to obtain, finish the objective. That's key. That's key.
Most of us play airsoft to leave the drama.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
don't want to come back into drama.
And
Yeah.
to be honest, when I would quote unquote rage and get mad at someone who's cheating and just
Because
said,
it's
I'm
happened.
gonna
We've
go
all
back.
gotten mad.
Yeah, when I would say, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get that person because they're cheating. You just play worse. You don't play better. Like you just focus on that one person and lighting them up, I guess. And you just you get that tunnel vision, and then you just get lit up by everyone else that you weren't focusing on.
Yeah.
And so you just have to keep your head on the swivel and just let that stuff go.
When you play for fun, you enjoy it more. Once you
yeah.
start getting it's kind of like video games. Like you're playing video games, you get frustrated, you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So
Systema or Polar Star? Wow.
Ooh.
There's a person that we all hang around with. Actually, several people that we hang around that own both. He owns a Polar Star.
Yes.
I
I actually traded a Sistema for a Polar Star. Don't hate me.
But that's what he did. We have a lot of guys that we hang out with that run Systema and run Polar Star. They are premium high-end airsoft guns, right? One requires air, one requires batteries, but very high-end. They're the PTWs, the professional training weapons, and they're expensive and they're good for their own right. But I think as a training gun, very close to for training, I would say Systema is great. Polar Star, though, Ben Noji and the team over there are very innovative. They've got having spent time with Ben Noji and all the guys at Polar Star, I realized that they have something going on, and more power to the Polar Star team for what they're doing and what they're innovating and changing the sport. And I use the example of Broken Home because this is something that you guys did not get to see. These guys got to see it on the B-roll footage, but part of that large team from day 1 and 2 that we're rolling with, Fu and Andre were there, was the Polar Star team. These guys were running the Polar Star guns very, very good. Like literally, since they're very quiet, they were in the bushes sniping, picking off people. Ben, Rambo, they were picking off people from very, very far away, and it was amazing. And ever since then, I've had a really big respect for what that kid's doing and what he's innovating and how he's changing the sport, and seeing a lot more people run those Polar Stars are great. I just think that innovations like that in airsoft is great. Personally, would I buy either or? I'm hoping to get my hands on either one of them, maybe a Polar Star in the near future, just to test, because I haven't been able to field it yet. This guy won't let me borrow his.
I gotta get my number 1 first.
This guy won't let me borrow his, and it's just one of those things where I won't know until I try it, and I can't honestly say I would choose one or the other. I ran a Systema on the field before, and it's fun, but it's one of those things where would I pay that amount of money for the magazines for a upper and lower? I don't know. I mean, it's all justifiable and under what you want to do, what you want to put into it. For me, as you guys see, most of my guns base costs are below 150. You know what I mean? And I work up from there. That's just my thing. But what are your guys' thoughts? Well, you already know about Polar. You have a Polar Star.
Yep.
What would you say?
Oh,
Either
man,
one of you guys.
I've run them both. Not mine, because I don't own any. But within the group, friends, and playing against them, I'm actually torn between the two right now. I'm with you. Which is better, Polar Star or Systema? I agree with him as far as training is concerned. Like I'm really interested in the Systemas, but just how they designed the Polar Star, I think that's what's attracting me to it. You know what I mean? Because I used to run online too for paintball.
I mean, I would
So
say
something
if you're
that I'm
going
like-
for like a realism, the Systema is a little bit, more accurate because you don't have, you're not corded to, you don't have to run a tank or anything like that. But for function, I think that they're both probably up there. I had a Systema, I used it,
Instagram.
and then I traded it for a Polar Star, which is currently being maintenance by the guys over there at NLT in Modesto. So shout out to them. I can't wait to get it back and start using it out on the field.
I want to address a comment that Fatboy94 put up, and tips for heavyset people in airsoft like myself. And I want to address it just because I've been there, and it's one of those things where I, for the early part of my, years playing airsoft, I was heavyset. Like I said in the early part of this web stream, I was pushing 300 pounds, and I did have to deal with that. And if you guys watch all the old videos of me filming people, you can hear me breathing pretty hard, And the biggest tip is hydrate. Hydrate, but don't let your weight limit you. Just because you think, you can't find a vest that doesn't fit you or whatever, don't let that limit you. Keep playing. This sport, I can say, has helped me really keep down the weight as well too. Regular eating and diet and exercise absolutely helped me. But at the same time, like, if this is your sport, just like it would be football or football, swimming, whatever, this is your sport. Enjoy it. Put all you're into it. And, I've seen a lot of kids, and you can ask these guys because I meet and talk to every one of you guys. I've seen a lot of kids tell me that, hey, because of Airsoft, because of milsimjunkie's videos, you really motivated me to lose weight. And it's possible to lose that weight because of Airsoft. And, like I said, the biggest thing is keep hydrated, keep cool, and don't let that be a limitation in your head. Just keep trucking, keep playing, and keep enjoying the sport. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it just because you're big. And when I was heavier set, I didn't let that limit myself. I still went out and snowboarded and did all these other fun things as well too. But don't let that limit you. That's my biggest thing. I just want to address that because I feel that I get a lot of questions like that a lot in the background about my weight loss and tips like that. So that's what I can give you. Okay, comments on here. You guys are
Wow.
What are your thoughts on gas-powered rifles compared to spring rifles? Ooh. I don't have an experience with, like, fielding experience with. He's probably playing video games. You see yourself on video.
Are you playing Clash of Clans right now?
No, I'm interacting with people right now on the back end.
He's my forum moderator. Having never fielded a gas sniper rifle, I'm not gonna be able to comment properly on that. I fielded, like I said, a spring sniper rifle.
The walks when we were down in.
But see, that was a gas. We're talking about sniper rifles.
Oh,
Sniper
okay.
rifles, like the old school gas systems.
Yes, okay.
Like the one at NLT, they have one, and 559 actually.
Yeah.
If you guys are old school Hill 559 forum guys, there used to be some TF guys on their team TF guys that used to run some really high end gas sniper rifles. Just like gas systems, they can go super high FPS. For me, I like how quiet spring rifles are. That's just my thing. Do you guys have experience with that?
My only experience has probably just been with the spring
Okay.
rifles. Nothing with, I don't know, you consider like a Lee M14 a sniper rifle? I don't know. What was
Technically that would be like a DMR. Did you have one?
I have the KJW, that Mark II replica sniper rifle. It's gas.
The one
Talk about it.
that no one ever lets you use on the field.
Oh yeah, you do. I remember that.
I've never used it at a field because it's too powerful. It shoots like
See what I mean? I remember. I do remember that. That's the old school one.
It's just sat in my closet for years.
See, so you got to be mindful of that too if your field says it's cool or not. What are your thoughts on? Okay.
Let's get some new comments. This is probably like 30 minutes ago. Can you moonwalk?
I cannot moonwalk. Was it Ferg the Joker? No, I cannot moonwalk.
We saw a rat in the backyard.
Yeah, I'm tripping off that.
Right by the door outside.
Wow,
Rat
Or
chilling.
a mouse. It was awesome.
Could have been.
No, it was small.
Ooh, that's a
It was
great
awesome.
question right there. Charlie Egg 6. He asks, Milsim, do you go heavy or light? Lots of gear or small amounts? I don't want to say high speed, low drag, but I do run efficiently. I think that's the biggest thing. I run just enough magazines and a kit specifically for that day or for that specific mission. Lately, I've been trying to advance a lot more, and I took the cummerbund off of my PC and run a lot on my belt rate. It's allowed me to be a little bit more mobile. When I was at Broken Home and larger ops, I ran the cummerbund and more mag pouches than I can count. But I run my stuff according to what I like. So I run them very efficiently. Whether you say that's light or not, People would say that my loadouts are fairly light or high speed, very high speed, low drag kind of thing. But these guys can comment on. This guy's very efficient as well too.
I just think it comes down to you guys just got to pay attention to how you play. And I mean, it's great if you want to put.
Now you guys know my password.
If you guys want to put like a bunch of pouches or whatever else like that,
I gotta change it.
But wait, what?
I just put my password on. No, never mind. Now someone's gonna go watch it and go, oh no, I see his phone. Never mind.
But no, guys. I mean, just pay attention to how you guys play. Stuff will start to make sense to you guys. I mean, I used to put pouches all over the place, and you just realize, oh crap, I can't reach down here. But it's the more you guys get out there, the more you guys finagle with your kit and everything else like that. It tends to work out a little bit better. At least it was like that for me. I mean, like Arlen said, when we went to Broken Homes, we were carrying like a ton of mags.
Yeah.
Half of the time, it was.
I had 10 on me.
Yeah, he had like a triple shingle, and then he had like another triple shingle that he mollied to that on his butt. Which was great for grabbing mags. Yeah. But
you also got to grab his butt. Yeah. So
sometimes in the heat of battle, you can't distinguish.
I think I'm going to chime in that too. Like as far as a question from before about the whole small teams and stuff like that. It'd be great. I mean, get to know your team's loadout. You know what I mean? I try to play support, so I carry more than what I can normally carry, just so that way, if these guys need mags, they're going to be in the game a lot longer to keep me alive. So if you think about it that way. But I mean, sometimes you just run way too heavy, and you got to strip some of those mags, some of the gear. It all depends on the scenarios and what you're playing, what you're doing, and what you're doing for your team.
And let's just be real. We all put on our gear and look in the mirror anyways.
I do that all the time. I do that. I still do that.
So you might as well take that. You might as well take that time to figure out if it's efficient. If it works out.
Some of you guys would be like, "No, I don't." But you're probably watching this in your PC right now. Right? You're literally sitting down with your 69.4 and just sitting down going, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Yeah. I played Battlefield like video games with my stuff on too. I know you have.
Yeah.
The one guy that's doing that. Like, hey,
let's take it off. Right. This guy, I'm going to comment about Scott. Scott's he's one of those on and off players. Like he'll play, and I'll tell you why his loadout is
when
because
my guns work.
Yeah, when his guns work. But I'll tell you why his loadout is the way it is. It's because he has a P90, and he does not have any. Finding magazine pouches for that thing is very hard. So, and it works like half the time. If you guys watch the first West Coast Adventure Park video, you'll hear him say, "I'm gonna put this thing down here." It's because literally his gun breaks mid-game.
First game.
The first game, he goes, "I'm just gonna put it down right here." I was like, "We're not even 15 minutes into the game." Like you're like, the outtakes on that video is like, "Your gun's broken already." Like he literally said, "I just got done, finished fixing it," and it didn't even last like half a game. So. Luckily, I had extra AG and let him use it the rest of the day. But
you should seek professional help on that one.
So yeah, let's look at some new. Didn't I? It's probably.
There it goes. It just takes a while.
Yeah, we didn't answer
it's
that
not
question about sniper rifles. The gas spring powered.
I prefer
You
spraying.
just gotta keep the mouse down there.
Hitting the gym, yes. Freeze tag with BBs. Kilroy's those Mako guys are
game, basically.
yeah. The Mako guys are pretty badass. Kilroy's cool.
None of you come from.
Yeah, you
right?
met. Yeah,
That
that was Kilroy.
These are. This is back when we were talking about polar stars. These are pretty old.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? If you guys do not know that, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, definitely look. There's new videos up. Just check your feeds. I know a lot of you guys have been having issues with your feeds. Check your feeds. There's a new video, actually 2 videos up. One is unlisted. Will be made private to public tomorrow. But it's from the Bob's Rebel Training Camp. So some of you guys are saying, when I'll post a new video. A new video has been posted today. Plus this one will be live for you guys. So Team USMC1, yes, I answered your question, brother. TM recoil shock equals yes. You know what? You had experience with that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The TM recoil shock is actually pretty badass.
Yeah. I just got the ERG, the PTS ERG. So
yeah, I haven't shot that one yet, but the recoil on the TM is pretty solid. Our buddy Mikey Horn, he runs one. But no, I'm pretty impressed. But then again, it's a Maru, so can't help but not be impressed.
System, or why not just buy Celsius?
Because it'll break.
We know a lot of guys that run Celsius. They ended up putting a bunch of Systema stuff. Yeah, they end up buying a Systema. That's just because I personally have never fielded a Celsius, but we just know a bunch of guys that run Celsius. So and they basically gutted them out.
I honestly can't tell the difference between the two, other than the sound.
CTW, right?
Yeah.
That's what they call them, CTW.
Otherwise, that's the truth. Everybody I know that's run Celsius has Systema parts in it.
Because they broke.
Airsoft Junkie, question. What is the difference with maintaining the Elite Force 1911 or other CO2 and green gas pistols? Just sold my TM XDM, looking to either pick up the Elite Force 1911 or the Maruzen FN57. Thoughts? Question mark. CO2, there's no lube. Literally, it's you constantly have to get lube and lube your nozzle all the time. So maintenance on that. But as far as green gas, if you're using green gas and you have green gas pistols, green gas has lube in it, so you definitely that's the key thing. That's the main difference. The propellant is different.
Unless you have Andre's gun and it just has dirt.
See, what the thing is about his gun, he's had it since he started. Like I remember him fielding it back in the day when it was running great, and those things were rocking. If you even watch the earlier videos when you would go all ham, especially in the zombie videos.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still working. You didn't turn it into like a planter.
I don't shoot BBs. I shoot
Did
seeds.
that get dirty because it had broken out?
It did. That's got Oklahoma dirt in it.
And rust.
That's right, yeah.
It's dirt and rust. It's pretty gross.
Wow, Chairman Lau getting some kudos there. Awesome. Thanks, brother. No, not Team Fortress. No, Task Force. There was at Hill 559. The team used to be called Task Force.
We're getting a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Upgrade or high end? I'm a big proprietor, big believer in upgrading your gun. I would say that you can spend less on a base gun and work your way up. Adversely, when you get to be a little bit more experienced and know what you want, buy a high end gun. But out of the box, if you're just getting into the sport, I see honestly no need to buy an ultra high end gun. So that's my belief. Pick one at random, guys.
Have you ever ran squad support, LMG?
Yes.
By Where's Nemo? First guy.
Yeah, where's Nemo?
First viewer.
Yeah, first viewer. He was the only one in here.
Where is he? There he is.
There.
With an awesome question.
Technically, we have LMG.
It's a yes and a no question. We have.
Yes.
It's not working.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Scott's gun, except it works a lot more than Scott's gun.
We've actually fielded it a lot more than he has.
We've fielded it for a whole game before.
So, it's at the.
No, I got it.
You have it?
You want me to bring it down?
Yeah, let's show it off real quick. We're gonna show it off. So, yes or no? Have you ever run a squad support gun? Yes, we have, and it's actually a joint venture between me and Fu and myself. We co-bought it. It was one of those things where we said, it's one of those bromance friendship co-buys. So he's gonna bring it down right now, and him and I have been going back and forth on what to do with it, and that brings me to a great segue, or actually a good moment to talk about things. But if you guys have friends and want to buy a certain thing, you can split the cost with a buddy. I've done it on tons of things, especially if you guys intend to run different weapons. Maybe one can run an AEG, then the other one will run the LMG. But we definitely kind of teamed up on this and trying to make this happen. So yes, it's a saw. No magazine, no battery inside. It's cleared. It's pointed down here. Again, why? Just a lot of people ask, why do I check if a gun is safe, even if it's airsoft? It's a force of habit. If you guys are real steel owners, you guys should know that you always have to treat it as an actual firearm and treat it as such. Always point it down range. Make sure there's no magazine. In this case, there's no battery as well too. So it's a force of habit. When you guys if you guys end up owning a real steel weapon as well too, continue to have those safe practices. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, this is what's the base gun?
I think it's a
Classic Army M249. Fushizi jerry-rigged this rail on there. Did a very good job.
It's the most haggard rail ever.
Yeah, but dude, and he's also done this fantastic paint job. This guy, his paint jobs, ever since I met him, have been always rock solid. And they're not camo, they're always the weathered look. And that's always what I've always liked. And that's kind of my favorite look, rather than a camoed look, is the weathered one. But we cut down a lot of the weight. We cut the barrel, right?
With literally a hack.
Yeah, we cut the barrel on this table, actually. We cut the barrel. He jerry-rigged this rail on here. We're obviously running a different stock on here. We're running M4 stock. We fixed the box magazine, but we're going to do some stuff to the gearbox. And we had an L-can on here, and we removed that and went with a lighter optic. We've ran this on the field, and it's been fun. We haven't run it on a large op, but I do plan on taking it some of these field games that I do have coming out. But yeah. So yeah, anything else I didn't cover on this one?
That's really it, man.
Anybody's watching that?
Greg Wong. Hold on. Let's see. Spartan 117GW. When are you going to propose to Glock Tori? Fool. She needs to be Mrs. milsimjunkie already. A little background on that. Who's referring to is Team Glock Tori Nanaka, right?
Yeah.
And Andre and I had several encounters with her and Michelle Viscuzzi at SHOT Show. We're kind of fanboys of them. Greg Wong has this ongoing joke that she should be the future Mrs. milsimjunkie. If you guys do not follow her on Facebook, it's Top Gun Tori?
Top Gun Tori.
Yeah, Top Gun Tori.
I think that's her Instagram.
Yeah, that's her Instagram, Top Gun Tori. If you guys are watching this and follow her, let her know that milsimjunkie has a gun crush on her. Let her know. Yeah. What's up, Greg? Thank you for now instituting me to talk about a crush. Thank you, buddy.
And I think if you follow her on Instagram, you should probably tag, hashtag future Mrs. milsimjunkie.
Yeah, there it is.
Just now you're gonna make me hashtag creeper. Like that's what it's gonna be.
Just crush a lot.
Yeah, the creeper just crushed a lot. Yeah. So if that happens, and you guys will be invited to the wedding. Is Jet here?
There he is. Oh,
where's Jet?
Pass him up. Is this still live? Yeah.
Yes.
We're here.
Jet. Let me tell you a little story about Jet, real quick. So Jet the Desert Fox, up until prior to Broken Home 2, him and I have only really interacted via the internet. And at Broken Home, we got put up in. We thought we were going to be put up in a tent when we got there. It was like 2 a.m. We got there with Airsoft with Tom and Dave, and everybody was sleeping. And they're like, "Hey, you got this trailer?" I was like, "Ooh, trailer!" Yeah, Airsoft celebrities get this trailer, right? And we get to this trailer, and it's like the most rundown thing
that trailer was gross.
That trailer,
was like rat drops.
It was scary, man. Like it was scary. But at the same time, I looked at Jet and we're like, you know what? We're out here for the experience. We're gonna enjoy it. So we just made
Jet
the best.
Seemed a little too at home.
we made the best of the situation, and we just had fun. And then we ended up the next few days. We had to put up our own big tent that the rest of the guys slept in. And it's one of those army military size tents that had like a gajillion like parts to it. It took us literally, it was supposed to take 15 minutes, but it took us an hour. Most of us are non-military guys, so we didn't know how to put it together. But yeah, Jet definitely is a force to be reckoned with in SoCal. He has I want to go down there and hang out and play Airsoft with him. And Level Cap, if Level Cap is watching or going to watch, shout out to Level Cap. I have yet to meet Charlie, but I thoroughly enjoy his gaming videos. I know Steve does. He's a
all the time, yeah. So now Titanfall.
Oh yeah, he's playing Titanfall now. So yeah. Shout outs to Charlie. Shout outs to Jet, and what is the difference between playing indoors and outdoors? Biggest thing is
wind.
Yeah, that's
too.
Yeah.
The Coriolis effect.
The elements. That's the biggest difference. Who's this? Rob
Cardinal.
Cardindale.
Cardinal.
He asks, what's the difference between playing indoors and outdoors? Most indoor fields that I've seen are CQB-ish.
Or indoors.
Are most of the indoor fields I've seen are CQB. So they bring up a good point is the elements. With being indoors, it's a controllable environment. There's not a lot of wind that you have to factor. Sun, rain.
Water, rain, wind. Our powers combined. We are
Captain Planet.
Airsoft.
And so, yeah, it's one of those things where that's the biggest difference is playing in the elements and not, being able to, I guess, shoot straight or not have to worry about the BB getting taken by other elements or being obstructed by, like, let's say, grass, dirt, wind, stuff like that. So, and outdoors, they're usually large AOs, and you have to account for those things, whether it's hot, cold, sunny, windy, muddy, etc. Which brings me to one of the cool things about playing at because I remember seeing the BBs travel, like they would curve because you're right by
right by the highway.
So there's always ungodly amounts of wind.
Did you also remember the little potholes because the ground wasn't even?
Yeah, back then. That was back then, though. That was back then. It's gone a lot, way better. Any thoughts?
Fallen ravines.
Oh yeah,
yes,
we don't do too well outdoors.
Yeah. So broken home. It happens a lot, actually, even indoors.
He's got a new nickname. It's Biff.
I
haven't biffed it so much on indoor fields as much as outdoor fields, and I think that's because playing in indoor fields you get so used to just flat.
Because it's concrete.
Exactly. Just watch where you step. Otherwise, the ground's gonna go missing and you're done.
It's a little delayed, guys. My chat window is delayed, so I know you guys are. If you see something happen, it's delayed for me on my end. So when you're commenting on it, I won't get into a little bit later.
SF Pope keeps asking favorite helmet style. So
favorite helmet style by SF Pope. I just run a regular OpsCore bump repro. I've had a chance to run an airframe and ACH. I think I prefer the and the Team Wendy helmet. Actually, if I still had it, I would be rocking the Team Wendy helmet. The Team Wendy helmet. You have the repro, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you guys remember my review on the actual Team Wendy Expo helmet, the bump one, which Greg Wong has now. They sent it to him. That guy. And I would run that because of that. The retention system on that thing is awesome. If you guys have a chance to don a real steel an actual Team Wendy helmet, I would say check that one out. But it is pricey, as with all military helmets are. Even the real OpsCores are very expensive. So that's what I would do. You just recently picked up a helmet.
Yeah. I actually bought mine from Levi. It's just a fast style. I just like the vent holes in the head. Keeps my head cool. That's about it.
Yeah. You have the repro.
I have the
OpsCore. Yeah, the OpsCore. You have a hat. It's okay. It's okay. Midwest? I would love to play in the Midwest. Scott Jackson asks, have you considered playing in the Midwest other than Oklahoma? Absolutely. As I actually just before I got a chance to play at Broken Home in Oklahoma, I actually got invited to a field that actually said, "Hey, I got a big AO. I forgot the name of it, but I got a big AO. I would like you to come by." And I was gonna plan and buy my ticket, and all of a sudden, the city actually, or whatever it was, had shut it down. So before I even got a chance to go there, the city officials shut down the site, and the op did not happen. Now I'm told that everything is gonna be relocated, and they're gonna pop up again. I still haven't heard from them, but I would love an opportunity to play other different parts of the world, different parts of United States. I would love to, absolutely. When the biggest thing is you guys just got to let me know about them, because there's these sub forums and forums. I don't know about every op, and if opportunities arises, and I can go out and have fun, I'll definitely go and probably try to bring these guys. Noob Gamer asks, "Hey, Milsim, when did you start airsofting?" I think like everybody, I started playing in the backyard, with spring guns, Walmart guns. Did not take it serious until 2004, 2005. I believe officially 2006 was my first game.
2006 when I started playing.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was like official, like field, got official stuff. 2006. Unofficially, I want to say 2004. So it's been about a decade of experience. That's for me. You?
It was like 2007. It was my first time ever playing. I went with a friend from work, and we were rocking Insurgents daily.
Yeah.
And then because it was just like the cheapest because you didn't have to you just wear anything, and then that was back when CB City was doing like the night games regularly, and it was just like pitch black.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I saw my first tracer, and I like lost it. I was like, "What is this? It's like Star Wars right now."
What sorcery is this?
And it's just seeing all the different gear that people ran and the different type of loadouts they had. It's just like that was what was really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Just seeing everyone and the differences and what people's tastes, what they liked, and just grew from there. And I met you guys.
Oh.
Scott. Oh, never mind. You started with him.
I started with
that was the same day. I remember that.
2006.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
I started in the backyard.
I remember ripping this
Airsoft
dude up
guns.
with a full auto Glock 18C from KSC, and he had his what is it?
My
marking
LPEG plastic gearbox.
Oh man!
And he's just like,
Is that the one that smells like it's burning? You're like,
It's like a cap gun.
what is it?
Yeah, so once we got tired of playing in the backyard, I remember before I knew what CQB City was, we used to drive by that building and be like, man, that factory would be perfect to play Airsoft in.
I still do that. Like that abandoned cannery right there would be awesome.
Fushizi, I think you've been playing the longest out of all of us,
Yeah,
or
I
at least in this room right now,
Yeah.
because there are other people that amongst our friends that have been playing for a considerable amount of years. Go ahead.
I started playing probably towards the end of high school, believe it or not, and then on and off in college. But probably around 2001
2001.
was when I started.
Wow. So see, longest, and this sport has been growing ever since. And I can tell you from 2004 to now, at least from my perspective, this sport has grown tenfold. And it's one of those things that the weapons manufacturers, the gear has gone better. You guys, the true milsimers even, are using the real gear, which is awesome. But even the clone gear is getting really solid. They're getting really good too. And I remember back in the day, even like if you had a Taiwanese gun, it was like bad, And now those guys, the QC on the quality control and that stuff is phenomenal. They're coming a long way, and these manufacturers are coming up. Even some American-made manufacturers, even the nylon gear, has come a long way too. Really high-end stuff. So yeah, I can tell you from that experience, it's really it's come tenfold.
My farts powered the gas rifles.
Really greater.
Do you have an adapter on your butt?
This one right here, Todd Gonzo. What is the optimal rate of fire? I think that if you're running like an M4, and your rate of fire is greater than that of the real steel counterpart, I'm not a huge fan of that. I like it to kind of mimic what it normally would be. It's not like we're aiming to have ghost guns out there that have 30 caliber magazine clips that shoot 60 rounds in a half a second. Because that's just not fun to me. It's just I'm not trying to shoot laser beams or anything. So I mean, 30 rounds.
Yeah, I think we touched a little bit on this earlier about with someone saying that that 50 RPS. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. Whether you want to play like that, that's cool. That's all on you. You can enjoy the sport however you want to enjoy it. But for me personally, I think personally we can. It's safe to say that just try to mimic the reason why we play this sport is to mimic the real steel aspect. So, obviously there's going to be some things where it deviates. Obviously, real steel doesn't have 100 plus mid gaps.
That's
so,
true. Yeah.
But the RP, the rate of fire, it really some fields I've gotten as far as limiting the rate of fire. So, I just say I would like to keep it at mine. Like I said earlier, mine is at like 30 RPS.
I think mine's like 20 or something like that.
I don't necessarily believe in ultra high RPS. So,
Sounds cool though.
Yeah. Just to segue a little bit, or actually talk about, we're probably going to wrap this up in the next 15-20 minutes, guys. So, definitely, keep plugging away. We're going to answer as many questions as we get. I know I just wanted to make up for I just wanted to make.
What is that?
That's jet.
So let me wrap up. Let me say this. Just wrap up the next 15-20 minutes. Tell your friends, tell everybody that I'm on here live talking to you guys. I just wanted to make up for the delayed start. I had technical difficulties. Now that I know this, will I do this in the future? I don't know. I just wanted to take this opportunity on a Sunday to hang out with friends and talk about Airsoft. And we've been going on for close to 2 hours now. So or an hour and a half. So yeah, I just want to take this opportunity. But what I'm laughing at, and I'm going to say it right now, is because when other YouTube celebrities are watching you on YouTube, the Desert Fox, he sends you text messages. So this is Jet, going googly eyes over us here. So Jet, thanks for the picture, brother. I'll make sure to do the same for you. I'll return the favor.
Yeah, if you guys really like these little chats that he gives, then shout out and let him know in the comments if you want him to do more.
And I, one of those things. What I wanted to do is I wanted to do this because if you see me in person, I take time to talk to you guys. I take time to talk to you guys, and you guys ask me questions, and you guys, I never thought I would be, getting autographs and stuff like that, and I don't mind. It's just so humbling to me. This is one of those things where I'm an airsofter just like you, and I happen to make YouTube videos online. So this is one of those things, and I know I can't reach all of you guys, and that's why I wanted to do this, to just talk to you guys and answer questions. If you're around the world and it's early morning for you, thank you for joining us. If you're in the East Coast and you're past your bedtime, thank you. I know some, people here, we all have lives and have to do something in the morning, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to just hang out with us and talk Airsoft. I know we can talk Airsoft all day, and I know Greg Wong can literally talk all day.
Yeah, in his sleep.
He does sleep talk. So let's go do a handful more questions, and we'll wrap up in the next 15 minutes or so. Rhino USC, hi, what's going on, brother? Or miss, I don't know. Oh, what happened? Like, we were going crazy like 2 seconds ago. No!
I got you.
For the right price, I can give you his phone number.
No.
GGA.
The only person I will give the number to right now is if you guys get Top Gun Tory to follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, I will give that individual my number.
And if somehow you get a restraining order for him, he gets a restraining order because of that.
Cease and
These
desist.
are jokes, by the way.
Yes, you got my number.
Oh, jeez.
Are we like doing like dates now? Oh, we can win a date with Asian Colin Farrell. Call in now.
Yeah, ladies. This gentleman is
the one lady watching.
The one lady. The lady. I think it's Spartan Sarah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, Leah.
She's going to kill me.
I watched this video this morning. I wasn't even there, and I memorized your name. He doesn't know that you're not saying.
No, let me tell you. The first take of that, I called her Spartan Sarah, and she was like, "No." So I started laughing hella hard too.
And you left it in.
Oh, dude! No!
Oh, wow.
No!
Spamming him.
I'm gonna remove that.
Hang on, let me write that
I gotta
down.
remove that. I gotta remove that.
Is that correct?
I don't know. Is it?
It said GamePod.
And Fluffy Kumar in the comments. Shout outs to you, brother. He did the same thing too.
Kumar, my friend.
Kumar is he's. When I left from volunteering, he was kind of the new guys to come in. He's a volunteer ref, and I've seen that kid grow tenfold. And what I like about him, he runs AKs. I run a real steel AK, and his AK builds on Airsoft are awesome. So shout outs to Fluffy Kumar. Go Kumar.
Go Kumar.
And that was Craig. Craig, why'd you post his phone number up, man?
That's messed up. He's gonna be up till like 3 a.m. deleting.
You signed my axe. I did, man. Viper GG. I think you're from Grey Ghost Airsoft, right? Oh, GGA, duh.
Was he the one that wanted to take the selfie with you?
I think he was.
The selfie
I think he was. Yeah. See, these guys still watch my videos, and I'll be honest with you, I watch my videos too.
We're still huge fans.
What? Florida. I want to go to Florida. I have been to Orlando, but not for Airsoft, work related. I hear there was a field out there that I missed, so I'm hoping for another opportunity to get out there.
Is that actually your name?
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No. No. Oh, see
that poor number.
And she got mad. Sorry, Spartan Leah. I apologize.
Yeah.
See, look, I'm in your thumbnail post. Yeah. Stop posting random phone numbers, guys. Those are not. You're
gonna be waking up random old folks in the middle of the night.
Those are not the real phone numbers.
What, Chunky?
Some grandmother and grandfather are gonna think their grandchild is a junkie.
No, don't call those phone numbers. They're not real.
Yeah.
Please don't, guys.
Oh my god.
Those are not real numbers. Ask away. Ask questions, guys.
Rapid fire. Let's go.
Just rapid fire. I'm gonna try to do a rapid fire section here, and let me know in the comments too if this is something you guys want me to continue to do quarterly or something like that. I'll just do them at random, but I like Sunday nights because it's the beginning of the week. It's a good way to end the weekend. So let me know what you guys think of this. What plate carrier do you recommend for my size? I'm 5'3" and 104. How tall are you?
I'm about 5. Driver's license says 5'6".
So you have a smaller frame size. What would you?
I went with a small, thinking that would fit. But I'm more literally measure your chest, circumference of your chest. Just measure it and then
I'm gonna take a selfie.
match it up with whatever plate carrier you plan on getting. But for my body size, I got a small. Wrong. I had to get a medium. So you say you're about 104 pounds.
Yeah.
You would probably be okay in a small.
Yeah. I would say I'm running a medium plate carrier and it's a little bit too big. Let me answer that too, just to segue. Actually, just to add to that, I run a Diamondback Tactical Gen 1 FAPC, and it's a size medium. I bought it secondhand off of Airsoftology Jonathan prior to Broken Home. Literally, as I landed, he gave it to me, and I spent most of that first night threading the molly. I literally was putting pouches on that thing. And so I'm got a medium build now, so I run a medium size plate carrier. But I think a large one would fit me better. So it sounds like you definitely have a smaller frame size. So I definitely would suggest, like he said, a small plate carrier. But the text I just got earlier, shout outs to Spartan GW117. He's watching too. He's live. So shout outs to Greg Wong. And Greg Wong, he's the only individual, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why I say his full name. People call him Greg all the time, but I always call him Greg Wong. I literally would just say Greg Wong.
I call him Spartan.
117 GW. Great kid, man. He's doing some great things as well too. So, Colorado, Operation Falcon. What's going on? I would love to do a Lions Claws event. Josh, have you ever played paintball versus airsoft? We talked about that earlier. Yeah. I personally have very limited experience with paintball. These guys...
I think he means people, one team playing with paintball guns and the other team with airsoft guns.
Oh, have you ever played paintball?
That sounds like a bad time.
Yeah.
No, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. Because they can just get away with it,
Yeah.
Just
no.
I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm a diva. I don't want my gear to be all painted.
All right, I'm gonna show you this because it's Mickey Martin at Mickey Martin Photography. He made those fabulous photos of me in the LBX uniform. He sends me this. So, funny face, dude. Great photography work, that kid. Check out his stuff.
Why don't you have everyone that's watching take a selfie of them watching and put in hashtag milsimjunkie
There you go.
on the
So you guys-
Instagrams.
on Instagram, if you guys are on Instagram, on Facebook, if you guys are not, follow me. It's at milsimjunkie. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/milsimjunkie. Do that. Use MSJ Nation. Tag yourself watching this feed right now and tag myself on Instagram or put it on the milsimjunkie Facebook wall. There's about 96 people 96 people watching. So you guys go and do that. At milsimjunkie. There you go. See, even Asian Colin Farrell's doing it right now.
I even got a picture from Mickey right here. He's watching it in his car as he drives.
There's no. Well,
I wouldn't recommend you guys do this.
Yeah. So the tactical selfie. Hey, Coca-Cola, Panda Bear. Hey, Big Fan Owen, do you have an idea when you're going to GamePod? Am I ever? I honestly, when I feel like playing Airsoft, just like many of you guys, I just feel like going to play Airsoft when I want to play Airsoft. You know, it's one of those things where, hey, you know, do I plan out? Obviously, for large events or big events or where I have to travel a considerable amount, I will go plan those out. But with local games or games I can travel maybe an hour, 2 hours, I'll literally decide that day or day prior to go play Airsoft. I would love to come out to GamePod again and bring these guys. These guys have not been out there. Scott hasn't been out there ever, so he definitely wants to check it out. So I don't know. It'll just be random. I know I'm getting tons of invites to come out to Vacaville. I know those great ghost guys. That was keys this time.
Not a glass.
It's not a glass. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things where, I don't know when I'll play, but I'll definitely make an announcement. So if you guys, definitely follow me on the social media so you'll know when I'll be headed out to a field near you. What real steel vest brand do you prefer? I don't use a vest per se. I actually don't run a vest for my real steel stuff at all. I actually just run the same belt that I run for my Airsoft stuff. That's the HSGI Sure Grip belt. I've got a bunch of tacos. And my real steel holster for my sidearm is the WRS holster for the Glock 17. Other than that, the tacos on my belt carrier can accommodate for my real steel magazines, whether it's my AR or whether it's the Kalash platform that I'm using. So those magazine pouches are awesome. Shout outs to Andrew from HSGI. He's probably watching right now. He's a big milsimjunkie fan, and he has played Airsoft before. So shout outs to him. More text messages from people that have my number.
What do you think about the Elite Force M4 CTB? Andre can comment on that.
I have one. He has one.
Gun, bone stock, that gun is amazing. Since I used his, I went and picked one up, and my primary that I used to run is just in pieces in the closet. I'm not even touching that thing because I'm running that one. It's light. I think Steve even...
Yeah, my gun went down in that last game, and you just handed I used it for 30 seconds, and I was impressed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. At the West Coast Adventure Park, right?
Yeah.
You know why? It's just that gearbox for its price, dude. It's rock solid.
Yeah.
That trigger.
Oh, the trigger is
the micro trigger.
It's something that I missed that I had in my my ACR.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's just the response on it was it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I for the price, and if it's something where you plan on upgrading, you can. I'm a testament to that. The CQB, the CQC, and the M4 all have very similar gearboxes. And one thing in particular, they have the micro trigger, which I love. Yeah. And they are wired for LiPo. Literally out of the box, I've run that thing with a LiPo and make it rock. Either 7.4 or 11.1. Even if you don't have a LiPo and want to run a 9.6, you can.
And in all honesty, too, for those weekend warriors, we all have work. I mean, there's going to be times where I can't play airsoft for that long, and if you really just want to get into the sport, pick one up.
Fantastic gun.
150. I mean, you can throw it in like your backpack with a few mags and maybe like a chest rig, and just run all day with it.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of just sub 150 guns. You don't have to pay much for a quality gun these days. So, Airsoft Junkie 1 asks, when's the next time you will be going to SoCal, going to Tech City, etc.? Andre B and Steve were with me on my first SoCal adventure almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Am I going to do another big SoCal adventure like that again? Absolutely. When, I don't know. I do have an upcoming trip to SoCal for other reasons, but I will make a point to stop by some of your favorite places. Playing. I will play while I'm down there. So it's just going to be kind of a weekend trip, not a whole week trip like we did last time, where we stopped by all the different stores and talked to everybody. But I will be down there in the next couple weeks, work-related stuff. So, but rest assured, this is one of those things where I'll make an announcement and let you know where I'm at. You gotta definitely check the social media feeds for that. We'll wrap it up here in a little bit, a couple minutes. But let's answer a few more questions. Hunter, what's your questions? I wish I could sort by that. I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry if we missed your questions.
Yeah,
our delay is really bad.
Yeah, it's super delayed.
A wave.
And there's a ton of questions coming in, so
Yeah.
it can get kind of lost in the sea of questions.
Have I ever been shot in the nuts? Yes. It hurts.
You watched his videos? I mean,
I have taken one too many. I'm probably never gonna have kids. Don't tell
Tori.
No.
I'm known.
You forgot her name now, didn't you?
People.
Yeah. In certain spots.
Oh no, that was not directed towards me. Mario or Luigi? Mario. I'm a big Mario fan.
Nah, it's Wario, bro.
Wario?
No one.
Greg Wong, Blue Force Gear, BFG. I love their carriers too. I wish I had the plate minus. Footage mainly footage.
Oh, that plate minus was nice though.
Yeah, that plate minus was really cool. Got one more question. Who's the lucky person? Let's just wait for this flood. Literally, there's a big delay. You guys are flooding this comment section so much. It literally takes 1 or 2 minutes for this thing to refresh, and then it'll just be a whole flood of messages. Like, literally, we're waiting right now for flood messages. Remember, like, what happened? Come on. Please. Maybe we'll scroll up?
Yeah, scroll back down. No, put it on the bar right there. Scroll down there.
It's already been 2 hours.
There, here it comes.
Oh, dude!
Oh, man. Oh, click it again.
Australia Airsoft. I hear Airsoft is illegal in your country, and I feel for you guys. I definitely do get a lot of those messages, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I wish that your guys' government does recognize it as a sport.
That's a good one.
Okay. Lucky last question of this will go to Josh Halikan. Halikan, what is your favorite camo pattern? It's kind of a couple different ones. Right now, my favorite is going to be one I'm wearing. Mostly is going to be multi-cam. It's very traditional. It's used now, widely used. I know back in the day when it was just first coming out, it was one of those sought-out camos. I'm using that. But is that something I really want to use all the time? Yes and no. I'm a solid color person. But one camo to look out into is Pencott. If you guys do not know what that is, and to the folks that I have had conversations with, will know that I want to wear some Pencott, and I want to get a loadout in Pencott. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. You're going to thank me later. It's really, really good camo, and there's different variants of camo out, or Pencott camo out there.
Can you spell that out for them in case they don't know?
Pencott, I believe. Pencott. You guys, favorite camo?
That's a tough one. There's some cool patterns coming out.
I like jeans and a dress shirt.
There we go. That's the old school.
Justin Timberlake.
Operator. Banana Republic is his favorite camera.
Geek Squad look. The Geek Squad.
I like multicam too. I'm really excited about the new multicam area. The multicam.
I saw that shot.
What's the Tropic one? It's just called Tropic. Yeah, and multicam black. So, very interesting. Can't wait till a bunch of repro stuff starts coming out, so we can get that on the cheap. Other than that,
Scott, black.
I blend in with the darkness.
You can't see me. You can't see me.
I am stealth.
Fushizi?
You know, I gotta throw it back. Probably Tiger Stripe.
Back to
Tiger Stripe.
Go back to Metal Gear Solid.
You know, yeah. I will tell you that one camo that I always go back to, no matter how old it is M81 Woodland.
Yeah.
Woodland. That camo, just love that camo. If you guys watch The Broken Home, I was wearing a OD top and Woodland bottom. It's like the M81 or something. It's really awesome. That Cryptech, of course. Yeah. Greg Wong, of course, you would say Cryptech. See, but I didn't say GW. I just said Greg Wong. I always, no matter how many times. Cryptech is awesome. Personally, certain variants of Cryptech work, but you know I'm not a big fan of it. That's just my thing. Will I get something in Cryptech eventually? I'm not making a point to at this moment in time as much as I want Pencott. So, here's what I want to do. If you guys have social media stuff, we're all gonna crowd into this frame right now, and I want you guys to bust out your phones, and we're gonna do a selfie. All of us. So you guys...
You got to note the delay, because if we just crowd in for a second, they won't have time.
So get your phones out ready. We're going to give you 1 or 2 seconds, or a couple seconds to get ready. Get your phones out. And I want you to do like what Greg Wong and Jet and Mickey Martin and Fluffy Kumar have done, and basically posed with us on Instagram. So you basically take a picture of yourself in front of your screen while we're talking. We're all going to crowd in and smile, and then tag me at milsimjunkie, or put it on the milsimjunkie Facebook wall. You can use the hashtag as well too, hashtag MSJNation. So get your phone ready, and let's all get in the frame here real quick, guys. I want to say thank you for joining us, and we're going to wrap this up after this selfie. But get in, Scott. Come on, Scott Peterson. All right, on the count of 3, you guys get your phones ready and take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Awkward. All right, so
let's do a goofy one.
Okay, goofy one. So you guys can do the goofy
and then we'll do the jumping one.
No. Okay. So on 3, we're gonna do a goofy one. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. Thank you for the very first MSJ Nation live show. Will this reoccur? I don't know. Just keep watch on the feeds. We literally talked for 2 hours. Sorry for the delay at the beginning. You guys who are watching this after the fact, thank you for watching through this. This is a very long talk. As you guys know, airsofters, we can talk for hours. And yeah, will this reoccur again? I don't know, but I want to say thank you to the about 100, close to 80, 90 people of you guys that are watching right now. So thank you very much. That being said, you guys stay frosty, stay awesome, and remember, play hard, fight hard, guys. Woo!
Good job, guys.